During World War II, a German spy named Eugene was hunted by Captain Richard Madden of British MI5, and in order to provide vital information to his German superiors, Eugene killed Albert, a Hanseatic Allied soldier whom he encountered because Eugene had found information that a British artillery position was located at Albert. In the end, the Germans guessed the information and blew up the artillery position, while Eugene was captured and sentenced to death by hanging by the British in a terrible victory. This is the garden where the paths bifurcate by Argentine writer Jorge Luis Borges. In the context of new media studies, the branching paths and multiple potential outcomes in the story structure of the garden where the paths bifurcate foreshadow the nonlinear narratives that are so prevalent and important in digital media today. This reflection on convergence into a web of narratives is remarkably similar to the existence of social networks today. I would say that the best part of this novel is not the end, but the middle part where Eugene talks to Albert. When Eugene arrives at Albert's place, he realizes that Albert is studying the unfinished work of his great-grandfather Peng, and the two of them have a long and passionate conversation. Peng was once the governor of Yunnan, but later resigned from his high office and worked for 13 years behind closed doors in Mingxiuzai, just to write a novel with many characters and a complicated story, constructing a labyrinth that no one could get out of, but finally he was assassinated before finishing the manuscript. There is a great deal of labyrinth imagery in Eugene's conversation with Albert. Peng has said that he's going to write novels when he retires, and that he's going to build labyrinths when he retires, and Albert finds a snippet of a letter written by Peng, which says, "I left the garden where the paths diverge to a number of people, but no one has ever found the garden, or the labyrinth Peng referred to in the legacy he left behind after his death." Later, Albert realizes that the garden where the trail forks refers to Peng's unfinished novel, and that the imagery of a number of descendants reveals a temporal bifurcation rather than a spatial one. It is also interesting to note that in all fictional novels, a person faced with many choices always chooses one to the exclusion of the others, but in Peng's intricate novel, the protagonist chooses all possibilities, which leads to many different consequences and many different times, with each ending serving as the starting point for other bifurcations, like a labyrinth. Seeing this, I'm guessing you'll feel as I do that the author's views are undoubtedly very forward-thinking, and that the content of his article speculates like a prophecy about today's mesh algorithms for big data. So go ahead and keep choosing. Go ahead and create an infinite amount of choices. If there's a chance that you'll see another video from me, let's see you next time. Thanks for watching.